Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another Sword of Convallaria video, and we are finally back to making some Sword of Convallaria content. I'm coming off a double surgery, had a kidney stone removal and a vasectomy at the same time. Now, I know this is not a video about like surgery on dudes. This is a should you pull video for Homa, but let me just tell you, the doctor thought that that double surgery would be a good idea. I don't know if he was right or wrong, but I do know that much like a lot of pulling in gacha games, there has been pain and suffering attached to that, and it's really just kind of drained me. But with Homa coming out in just a couple of days, I need to go ahead and start getting some videos out on this topic. She is going to be an insane character in this game. We're talking about a character that's up there in that like Gloria tier, that Inanna tier, the August tier. Like, these are my three staple characters for memory retrieval every day. Like, I'm getting these to 5-star first. You can see my Gloria, I'm only 12 away. Like, that is, I'm sniffing that. With Inanna, I'm only, what, 7 away? So we're really close. And my gosh, Homa, that's hard for me to say. Homa is going to be a character that immediately slides in once one of these two are done. I think she's that good. And she's that good because if you have somebody like August, who's like your account's main DPS, just your guy who's popping off, she's going to make him just even better. She's going to cover some of the deficiencies in any of your characters that you want to be carrying. And that's why I think she is as close to a must pull as we've had in this game, you know, maybe since Inanna. Like, Inanna is, any chance you have to get her, I think you want to take that chance. I think Homa is going to be in that same vein. So let's look at her skills. Let's talk about what she can do. Now, I did capture some actual in-game screenshots of her for some of these skills that don't make sense as we look through the website here to see what she can do, but we'll get there. We'll cover what she does. So Beast Partner. Now, this is a bird girl. She has bird pets and she like gives her birds to people. They empower her allies. She's all about passing the birds around. So Beast Partner, her trait, ignores block. That's pretty powerful, right? Ignoring block's a good thing. Increase physical attack by 20%. The movement speed increases by 1. After the player or friendly unit that Balu is staying on attacks, it will call Balu to continue attacking, causing physical damage equal to 40% of own physical attack value and stealing 2 random buffs. So there's a whole lot there. Like follow-up attacks from the bird, buff stealing. So debuffing a target and buffing the person with the bird. That's really, really good. Then her level 1 skill that she starts with, Repel Shot. Select an enemy within the cross range, 135% damage, knock them back 2 squares. A 2-square knockback on your initial skill, also very powerful, and again adds a lot some more utility to this character's kit, especially if you're playing them on manual, looking to do some levels where you might need to, you know, knock some people off of a tower or something like that. Okay, her level 1 skills, we immediately get to some OP stuff right off the bat. Circling Aid over here on the left. This is maybe her most bread and butter skill as far as I can tell. It's an instant move. It sends Balu, the bird, the Beast Partner bird, to an ally, giving that ally move 2 and jump. Both parties gain attack up 2 during this period, and when calling Baller to attack or heal, it will cause 1.5 times the effect of the corresponding skill. So how I believe this works is you put bird on friend. Friend gets the buffs we just talked about, and when friend does skill does more damage. That's insane. Like, again, take somebody, let's go back in the game for a second. Take somebody like August, who maybe one of the only weaknesses of this dude is sometimes it's hard for him to get where he's going. Not with the bird attached. The bird will get him there and help him do more damage once he arrives. So this skill, like, this is the skill that makes her kind of scale forever, in my opinion. And again, I don't have her yet. I haven't played with her yet. I'm not on some test server with her. I'm not playing on the Asian server. But to me, a skill like this means any DPS character that comes out anytime in this game will like to have this buff. Infinite scaling. The skill just kind of scales forever. Okay, now Tacit Choice. I'm going to throw a screenshot on the screen here because this says you get to choose to use Wings Flutter or Cool Breeze. So this is one of the skills that has like 2 skills built into it. Now, here's what those skills are. You have Barrel Attack or Cool Breeze. So Bar will attack, calls Shaheen, a bird, another one of her birds, to deal 80% damage to a single target and inflict blind and physical defense down 3, lasting for 2 rounds. Calls Bolor to deal 40% damage to all enemies within 2 tiles and 50% chance to inflict blind for 1 turn. So this is an attack that does a ton. Or you can use Cool Breeze, which is a heal. Calls Goalie to heal the target for 70% of the caster's physical attack, dispelling healing received off, so we'll remove the debuff where you can't get healed before healing. Calls Balor to heal all allies within 2 tiles of Balor for 40% of physical attack, and then dispels 2 debuffs. So this skill just does a lot of things, and it's a skill that gives you choice. One of the things about skills that give you choice in this game, you are limited to having what, like 3 skills, an attack, and a passive, right? This essentially gives you 4 skills in attack and a passive, so that's kind of OP. Her level 1 skill set is broken, and like you don't even need, if everything else sucked, if everything else was bad, that would be enough to make this character good, in my opinion. So let's quickly run through the rest of what she can do. Shield Break, level 3 skill, attack, possession, shield. So if the thing you're attacking has shield, when attacking, increase attack by 30% and ignore 40% of defense. Okay, that's situationally pretty good. But Harmony is a passive. At the end of your action, if you have normal attack or use a skill, so if you do anything, heal all allies within 2 squares of yourself. The healing amount is 20% of the physical attack value, and dispel 1 debuff. So AoE healing, debuff removal, you can see just utility, so much utility. Okay, reaction. Flying Shadow Gamer Rabbit. Now, Rabbit's the one that we've seen a whole bunch of times before. When actively attacked, the damage received is reduced by 8%. After being attacked, you get moved 2. That's fine, but we're probably looking at Flying Shadow Game. Now, this revolves around blinding enemies and then dodging attacks when they're blinded, which I believe is an 80% dodge chance. So before being attacked by an enemy from the back or the side, call on Shaheen to inflict blind, lasts for 1 round, and can be activated at most once per round. So you're going to get a blind out of them. Dodge, after that, proceed to counterattack, which can cause 70% physical damage and move itself back 2 squares. So you blind them, you dodge the attack, you slap them back for 70%, and then back up 2 squares. Okay. Knock them back 2 squares, I believe is what that is. I'm not sure. Honestly, that could be, reading that again, that could be you move back 2 squares or you knock them back 2 squares. Either way, that's the reaction ability that you want. There's a ton of use there, obviously. Okay, level 7 skill. Scattering is a 70% AoE damage to all enemies in a 3x3 area in a direction. So directional 3x3 square, applies move -1 for 2 rounds. That's fine. Brawl Shooter is a passive. When performing a normal attack, you can attack enemies adjacent to you. When there is an enemy in the surrounding area, the attack rate increases by 50% and the critical hit rate increases by 30. This is like as OP as the level 1 skills are. The level 7 skills, yeah, those fall a little flat. None of those are like great. None of those are great. You get access to some AoE or to brawl shooting, giving you that like close quarters attack. But yeah, the level 7 skills are a little lackluster. It doesn't matter. The level 1 skills are OP. Now, level 9. Fighting Blades. This is your normal attack replacement, so your basic attack replacer. Fighting Blades is a single attack, 100% physical damage. After attacking, you can move again. The distance is the remaining movement power +1. We have other characters in the game that do stuff similar to this. Or Frost Strike, which is 100% damage and move -1 for 1 turn to healthy targets. Again, nothing OP there, but being able to move around a little bit more with Fighting Blades is nice. Now, your level 11 skill. Pierce or Hashiram Carnival, Bird Carnival. So Pierce is probably going to be the worst one here because, you know, Hashiram Carnival is her new like unique one. Actually, let me move this up on the screen a little bit. Okay, now for her final skills, the Pierce attack is just a big single target attack that does more damage based on how injured the enemy is. If they're in that like mid threshold, you get a 20% boost. If they're near death, you get the 40% boost. That's fine. But the busted skill, I'm going to go to Garbelius's Homa guide. I found this on Reddit. This is a great breakdown of the Hashiram Carnival. And let me just read it to you right here, right? So thank you, Garbelius, for making this. Hashiram Carnival grants Raucous to the target ally, essentially granting them a single stack of dodge each turn for 2 turns, as well as whomever currently has Balor on them from circling aid. Then In the area around the target, an AoE is unleashed, followed by an AoE around whomever currently has Balor on them. So your target and the one with Balor on them, right? So you got the birds all over the place swimming around in AoEs. Okay, Balor then moves from its existing ally to the target. If the skills target the ally with Balor already on them, 2 AoEs are unleashed in one place and Balor doesn't move. This character also received 2 stacks of Raucous, which is that dodge. Again, this is incredibly busted. So that breakdown right there of like what this character is able to do, not just for herself, but for her allies, giving them dodge, blinding the enemy, removing buffs, stealing buffs, giving massive damage amplification. Like the amount of utility that this character provides, the amount of like buffs, and like it just the amount of things this character could do for your already existing powerful characters, again, like in August or any powerful character that's coming out down the line, just seems busted. And that's why this is such an anticipated character. So I'm going to keep trying to work. I realize like as I'm filming this, I have all my notes and stuff, but I need to iron out these previews now that I don't have access to the test realm anymore. I'll get better at these as I go, but that's going to be it for this one. I am definitely pulling for Homa. This is an all-in pull, like I'm getting her no matter what. So look forward to that pull video coming out pretty soon. And thank y'all for watching this one. Sorry about the couple technical delays, but we did what we did. Thank y'all for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.